Hi guys, welcome back to what I am going to be calling the last episode of this special Halloween edition of Pax's Little Library of Horrors. And today's book I'm going to be talking about is called Mr. Tickle and a Scary Halloween. I don't think I've ever read a Mr. Men book before, and this one's really small, a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. So I'm just going to go through this and hopefully we'll enjoy it together. There was a time Mr. Tickle thought to himself when Halloween was fun, but not anymore. Not since little Miss Scary had moved to town. Now Halloween was downright scary. Scare your pants off, Scary. And there he is, carving a red jack-o'-lantern. Well, I guess they had to make the jack-o'-lantern a different shade because they couldn't make it orange, otherwise it would blend with Mr. Tickle. By just carving out the pumpkin. Last year, little Miss Scary had scared the smile off Mr. Happy, and she's just sitting on the wall with a skeleton and scaring him, which isn't very nice. She had scared the bows off Miss Giggles. So yeah, little bows popping out, and she's jumping out of a pumpkin. And she had even scared the hat off Mr. Brave. Little Miss Scary had scared everyone, and she's just in a little ghost outfit, scaring Mr. Brave, which doesn't seem to be that brave at that moment in time. But this year will be different, said Mr. Tickle to himself, and he's just there giggling, saying, right, yeah, I'm going to get my own back now. You've actually scared me, I'm going to scare you now. As a famous line in the Halloween series, everyone deserves a good scare. Little Miss Scary was very excited about Halloween this year. She had everything ready. As she left her house to go trick-or-treating, she couldn't help chuckling to herself. Oh, what fun she was going to have. And yeah, she's just walking in the dark with a massive smile on her face, and the moon looks like a block of cheese with, that cheese with the holes in it. Her first victim was little Miss Dotty. And a plan for little Miss Dotty was to creep up behind her and drop a huge plastic spider on her head. Sounds very nice. But as she sneaked up behind little Miss Dotty, there was something sneaking up behind her, an extraordinary long thing, a thing that tickled her, which I suppose as an adult you can take that in whatever direction that you want to. But yeah, there's Mr. Tickle tickling little Miss Scary. Little Miss Scary burst out laughing, and as you most probably know, it is very difficult to be scary when you are laughing. Hello, little Miss Scary, said little Miss Dotty. I like your spider. Are you going to a Halloween party? Little Miss Scary was cross that her scary trick hadn't worked. She stomped off without saying a word. So, yeah. And there she is, laughing, and her plan for scaring little Miss Dotty has been foiled. Little Miss Scary's next trick was to paint herself with glowing paint and swing on a rope from a branch. From the branch of a tree. But as she sat on a branch waiting for Mr. Bump to come by, that extraordinarily long something reached up into the tree and tickled her again. She laughed so much that she fell out of the tree. So, yeah, glowing paint. Really, it's actually hung from her foot. So, I don't know how well that would have been to have been upside down. Shortly afterwards, Mr. Bump found her swinging upside down. "Hello, little Miss Scary," laughed Mr. Bump. "That looks like the sort of thing that happens to me. Little Miss Scary could only scowl." And yeah, just it's dressed like a pirate with. I mean, I was actually going to say that these bandages were part of his outfit, but he's Mr. Bump, so he's going to have bandages, but he's just like a pirate. And little Miss Scary's just there thinking, "Oh, damn it, not again." Every time little Miss Scary tried to scare someone, something would tickle her. Now, we all know who that was, don't we? But little Miss Scary could but little Miss Scary could not work it out. It was turning out to be a very frustrating Halloween. So it went on all night. So there's Miss Scary laughing, and if you could look in the background, you can see Mr. tickling her. She had planned to cover little Miss Neat in green goo, but she laughed so much she spilt it over herself. So what I didn't realise is that what's her name? Little Miss Neat is green in colour, and she had green goo to like throw onto Little Miss Neat, but she's green to start with. I mean, fair enough, a different shade of green, but it wouldn't have shown up that much. So yeah, probably overthinking it. It's a kid's book. She was going to scare Mr. Quiet by creeping up behind him and banging two dustbin lids together, but she laughed so much she fell into one of the bins and got stuck. So, yeah, there we go. Very funny. And she was going to scare Mr. Grumpy with a rubber bat, but she laughed so much even Mr. Grumpy thought it was funny. So, on her way home, little Miss Scary met Mr. Tickle. "How was your Halloween?" asked Mr. Tickle. "Not much fun," replied little Miss Scary gloomily. "Not so much trick-or-treating as tickle-treating," suggested Mr. Tickle, and he laughed so much that tears rolled down his face. So there we go, it's the last picture. And at the back it's just advertising for books, and at the back it's more selection of books. This was really good, this was really charming. I love this one a lot. And yeah, I mean, that's probably the best way I could describe this book, is charming. It does have a glow in the dark cover where Miss Scary and the moon glows, but they don't really have that much effect now. Probably after a while the substance wears off. But I found this book extremely fun, really quirky and charming, as I keep on saying. And I had a lot of fun reading this one. Let me know if you've read this, and I think that the Mr. Men books and series is kind of well known. But yeah, that has been the last episode for the Halloween special of Pax's Little Library of Horrors. Not sure whether I will be continuing on with this whole series. It just depends on how I feel and if it's popular, because I actually had a look on the videos last night and the views for them seem to be going down through each video. So I'm going to have to think about whether I care about that and whether I want to carry on with this series. But right now, this is the last Halloween special episode for this whole series. Thank you for watching this series. If you've watched all of the episodes, thank you so much. And yeah, maybe I will carry on with this series. I mean, because who actually knows? So yeah, thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you in my next video.